we did have a question in Discord. So shout out Sherelle. She joined us recently in the Discord
Sherelle been having this shit popping. Shout out to you, yo.
for sure. She did kind of wanted us to talk about the philosophical, thought of what it means to be alive. We're dealing with with zombies and they're living
Yep.
dead or whatever. But we could also make the kind of parallel that when Akira was working and he was being worked to death, he was kind of a living dead as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took a pandemic. It took a pandemic for him to really feel
Zombie
alive again.
19.
Right. Did you say Zombie 19?
Hey yo. Hey yo. I can't. I can't.
It took a
And
pandemic. It
conspiracy
took
theorists in the comments. Like
Hey, listen, same thing. Um it took that type of it took such a traumatic thing for him to finally feel like he got his life back, right?
Yeah.
So I guess like do you see like what do y'all think about that? It's like what does Akira's personality kind of convey about what it means to be alive and what it truly means to be alive? Does it mean, because his goal was to get that job, but
hmm
then he found out that really wasn't my goal. So what do y'all think?
All right. So I'm glad you brought this question up because I meant to touch on some of that and my overall thoughts. So I love stuff like this. I love that stuff like that kind of holds a mirror to real life in some way and finds a way to convey it in a story. And I even like the way in the intro itself showed us like they were playing on that concept of like when you're living your life day by day, going through the motions, going to work, just being trapped, on your phone and
yeah.
all that stuff. Like,
Mm,
cause they on the train they got the visual of the zombies like just smashing on
yeah,
their
in
phone
the
like
intro.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's like you kind of become a zombie in your own sense, and not really like really living life to its full potential because you're just worried about like your next meal, so to speak. Like you going to work so you can eat, or you going to work so you can pay for this vacation, or you just
Yeah.
keep
Hmm.
your head down and live. And sometimes it does take like something really drastic, really traumatic for that switch to hit us. And unfortunately, that's for a lot of people. That's real life. It takes something really crazy to hit you for you to be like, hey, I ain't been living my life like that. Like,
Hmm.
like, yeah, I've been working all these hours, but I didn't even take time to go see my mom and my dad. Like,
Yeah.
what was the worst that's going to be happen if I told my boss, no, I'm actually going to take the weekend off, what I'm
Hmm.
saying, and go see my parents? Like, they fired me, okay, I could get another job. And I really like how this anime was able to like touch on that without like making it too heavy and like too complicated. Cause like we said, like you can just sit back and watch this. Like you don't have to sit there and think on it too hard or nothing like
Right.
that. But that deeper like thought provoking concept is there. Like why does it take for the world to come crashing down for you to actually see that you gotta live more of your life? So yeah, I hope that was a complete answer because that's what I got.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Nisha.
It definitely is something like looking in that concept of being alive, like especially looking through the eyes of Psalm 100. Because I think we can all relate to Akira in some way. We've been, and not even just in a job situation, but just we've been in a place where we feel like we've been on like a wheel of the same thing, going through the motions
Mm-hmm.
day by day. And then it's like that one little revelation, like something will happen where it kind of breaks your perspective. And it's like, oh shit, I could actually like have other options to like live my life in a whole
Hmm.
different way versus like just being in survival mode. You know what I mean? And like I love the way Zom 100 handled it because it's like Akira really was just looking like, all right, I don't have this soul draining job weighing me down. What do I genuinely want to do with my life? And it's like, that's real. That's an ideal way to
Mm-hmm.
look at it. Obviously, the realistic way to look at it is like, job market always fluctuate. That's a whole different thing. But just I genuinely appreciate what Zom 100 did. It's like they pushed that idea without overemphasizing, like in a way of like being super exaggerated, like, oh, you can achieve all your dreams and make everything come true. Like they kept it somewhat realistic enough to be like, hey, look, fool, you want to dye your hair blonde and become a comedian, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
Yeah.
with Shizuka, it's like she went from survival to breaking away from like her father's ideals that she was taught. It's like, no, I have my own independent thought. I want to genuinely see what's out there for me. And with
Mhm.
Beatrix, it's like, I've always wanted to come to Japan, but other than the survival thing, what do I do? It's like I just want to genuinely enjoy what Japan got to offer. I'm like,
yeah.
it's simplistic things, but it's relatable at that same time. So like, as far as that feeling of feeling alive and being alive, I feel like they did handle it well, and it does translate to like even what a lot of people go through every day in real life. So yeah.
Mhm. That reminds me too. It was a part when he was on Old Boy's little work camp. So by the end of it, right,
Mhm.
Akira gets rehypnotized and like is like, oh, I think I'm going to stay here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought that was like cool to because they could have just wrote it so that he was back to being his happy go lucky self optimist, like deuces, I'm out of here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I think that was a cool thing that they played on the show. Like it's really easy for you to slip back into like that mindset where you was in with like being on that wheel while it's not healthy for you, it's a place of comfort, especially when you having your basic needs met. So,
Mhm.
So
what's going to
real.
happen and what's the risk you're going to take by like going for something where your needs may not be met on a daily basis. Like how do you still make sure that you can survive or whatever? Um but all that came crashing down anyway. Shout out to the zombies. Bruh, I'm just now stuff is hitting me again. The flight
Bro.
attendants,
Yeah,
bruh,
Yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah.
crazy, bro. The flight
like
attendant shit was crazy.
they spent their whole careers like having the ultimate freedom, being able to travel across the world, be up in the sky, fly back and forth, and then they get trapped in this basement
Yeah.
Yeah.
with these two weirdo guys that they I guess grow to like or the girl drink herself to like, you know what I'm saying? And then
It's like a butterfly getting caught and put in a jar. It's
mm-hmm.
like you live this life, so, free, and then one day just one thing can happen. One you run into the wrong area, wrong thing happen. Now you're in a confined space. The thing that you took for granted is now taken away from you. Like how do you like move forward in that? The way that they convey things without actually saying it is cool.